Yes, guys, welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and watch our videos. So, this is another episode for the EPL, the English Premier League, like we always mentioned. This edition, we're going to be telling you about the fixtures, the match results, and also the table and the next fixtures of this particular game. So, we'll be giving you the what do you think about the EPL this season? The EPL this season has been amazing. It has been amazing for some teams, but let me just start with Man U. Why? Man U, why? Why? Every week. Yeah. But the EPL is amazing. This we're seeing Liverpool do great things this season. 12 points in 4 games, and we're seeing Erling Haaland, scoring a lot of goals. Jokeres actually showing his Jokeres, showing the worth of his buy. Flores hasn't showed us the reason why he's the highest paid Premier League player uh, so far. Isiak hasn't played any game, so we can't really say anything about Isiak for Liverpool. So let's just it has been an amazing season, very rough season for Manchester United as well. Yes, brilliant season so far. Actually, we can actually tell you let's just dive right into the results of the league because I don't want to dwell on match. If I will start Manchester United, we no go finish for here. So Arsenal defeated Nottingham Forest. That game ended 3 goals to 0. What do you think about that game? It was bound to happen. Arsenal is a top side in the EPL, defeating Nottingham Forest, having a new coach. So it's new coach, same result. I think their last game against West Ham, it was 3-0 as well. Yeah. This game again 3-0. Yeah, I even think that Arsenal actually needed that win because of the loss to Liverpool. Yeah. I think Liverpool is the only game that Arsenal actually has to. If you were going to lose a game, if you're Arsenal, it's going to be Liverpool because you know you can actually beat every other person. Yes. You defeated Manchester United. There's definitely Chelsea is an easy target. Another team that Arsenal is going to be difficult for Arsenal is Manchester City because we saw the way Haaland's form from after the international break. Haaland's form increased yes. Because we saw him score five goals, 7 goals in 2 matches, 5 goals in a game as well. So we saw and coming back to the Premier League, scoring 2 goals against Manchester United, almighty Manchester United, and yes, so we see Manchester City is only the team that can actually stand defeat Arsenal aside Liverpool. Okay, so next game, we might not be talking about this game. That's Brighton defeated, Bournemouth defeated Brighton. Sorry, that game ended 2 goals to 1. Newcastle defeated Wolves. That game ended 1 goal to 0. Everton held the Aston Villa on a 0-0 draw. Also, Crystal Palace also played a 0-0 draw with Sunderland. Let me talk about Everton. Ever since the integration of Jack Grealish, Everton has changed in their style of football because we have seen them win games. We saw Jack Grealish win the Premier League Player of the Month, and when a player is being integrated to a team, it changes the team for good. And we say Jack Grealish is one player that has changed the team for good. Yes, all these games so far were played on Saturday. That's 13th of September. Still on Saturday, Fulham defeated Leeds. That game ended 1 goal to 0. West Ham with a red card were defeated by Tottenham. That game ended 3 goals to 0. Brentford was the last game. Brentford versus Chelsea was the last game on Saturday. That's 13th of September. That game ended 2-2. Yeah, let's just talk about that little. That game was Chelsea were leading 2 goals to 1 at first. It was first 1 goal. They scored Chelsea first. Then Chelsea equalized. Then Chelsea went ahead. We saw Chelsea going ahead with Caicedo's goal. We saw Garnacho actually doing celebrating more than the person that scored the goal. And we saw another goal coming. And it was true Garnacho's swing that goal came. So it was very, very poor performance, very poor start for Alejandro Garnacho. And we saw that he has even been removed from the squad of the Argentina. So if he keeps playing very bad football, to give the coach the option to remove him totally.
I can remember the time that he got signed to Chelsea and he started making jest of Manchester United.
He was even making videos of the
just like
stadium.
A player like that. This guy just showed that he was an academy player that was being integrated to Manchester United and just saw a way to just go out. A rival team and you're now doing like this for Manchester United. Manchester United that could help your life. For me, I actually see good things, good radiance for Garnacho. Go and enjoy your Chelsea. So Chelsea were held on a 2-2 draw with Brentford. And on Sunday, there were two games. And these two games, one was important to everyone. That's Liverpool defeated Burnley. Burnley had the red card. That game ended 1-0. But it was also a late winner for Liverpool. And then the game of the week, Super Sunday fixture. That's Manchester City defeated Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester United got a win last season, thinking that, oh, okay, now we can actually pick up a point at the Etihad Stadium, but got defeated.
I'll first talk about the game between Burnley and Liverpool, which took place on Sunday, the 14th. That game, we were having a discussion with someone. The person said, Burnley is a top side for against Liverpool. I was like, wow, I didn't believe until them um, getting defeated 1-0.
Yeah,
that's to show that late winner as well. That's to show that that Burnley side is actually a tough team, but it's a tough team to crack.
But Manchester United also a late winner.
Also, yes, had a tough time with them. So that's to show you that that team is just they are good.
Yeah.
But they are not just winning. They are not just winning against top sides.
Yes, I think it's their name or it's the fact that it's Burnley. So everybody just wants to just get, like if they're a big team, just want to just get, and they are just unfortunate to be playing against the top sides at the beginning of the season. So they played against Liverpool now, and they played against Manchester United.
Yes.
So that's obviously like losses for them. They have actually picked up points, 3 points this particular season, but it's actually unfortunate for the teams that they're actually missing because the team they picked up 3 points against was actually their team, the team that they got promoted in.
Yeah, let's even talk about the Manchester derby. That's the match of the week.
Yes.
I think that's why every game was put on Saturday for just those two games to be played on Sunday. Manchester derby. It's always a rough game. It's always a game that is to be watched, to be seen. And yes, Manchester United got defeated by Manchester City. And this is not the first time it will happen. We saw Haaland equal Aguero in the Manchester derby goals, scoring 8 goals, equaling Aguero and Wayne Rooney, who have played long time ago. What do you think about Erling Haaland surpassing, probably in the next game? What do you think about him just in I think 3 seasons, getting 8 goals in a derby?
Yes, and those guys, those Wayne Rooney, Aguero, they played their lives in the Premier League and they scored only 8 times against Manchester United. I mean, Manchester United is Erling Haaland's favorite opponent now. He has scored and assisted the most. Manchester United is the team that he has scored and assisted the most against. That's against Manchester United. That's like his favorite opponent.
Yes.
Scoring eight times against Manchester United in just 3 seasons. I actually think that he's the owner of that particular
derby.
No, he's the owner of the derby. He's the owner of that list. As we're saying, Aguero is about. It was never theirs. It now belongs to Haaland because Haaland is still active in the Manchester derby. So the next game definitely is going to score against Manchester United. And if we end up meeting them in the FA Cup at any point in time, actually it's going to still record goals. So I think that list is just 8 now.
Yes.
If Erling Haaland stays till 2030 that he signed for, I think he's going to score up to 15 goals or 16 goals or even 20 goals against Manchester.
For me, I think Haaland is just doing the work of the striker that they got. He has seen the likes of Omar Mamouche. He has seen the likes of the new players being integrated to the Manchester City squad. getting injured and also performing as well. We're seeing Foden, the 47, the man with the area 47, scoring a goal as well in that derby. And this is not his first time also scoring in a Manchester derby. And
he scored that trick. The season that Alan came, him and Alan scored that trick. That game ended 6-3 in favor of Manchester City. Where we never even knew that what's the name of this guy that scored 2 goals in that particular game.
Yeah, Anthony Martial.
We never even expected him to score it. So he had 2 goals in his legs. When we scored, they were playing 6-0 in that particular game.
Yeah, speaking about Anthony Martial, I saw a news about him saying that his club wanted to actually give him out to another team, and it's just trying to show you that um, there are some there's a level of way you play in football that a club will definitely value you and a club won't value you anymore. Just like Andy Onana going to Trabzonspor, getting defeated by 1 goal to 0. Do you think Andy Onana is already conceding flimsy goals?
The thing is, Andy Onana, very, very brilliant goalkeeper, had a 8%, 8/10 rating in his last game. Solid goalkeeper, but ended up conceding. That is actually, I don't know who to blame, because even him at Manchester United, he will have a very good game, but will still end up conceding. And conceding is actually one of the problems of Onana. I think he just does not have a way. Luck does not just favor him when it comes to goals entry.
Do you think that defeat was due to the red card? Because we saw a Nigerian player, I think Unwachu, complaining about the red card, the case of the red card, saying it wasn't a red card and all. We know this is not just the first league. We're seeing controversies on red cards.
Everybody will actually contest a red card. They can actually, if that was not a red card, they should actually file to their referees association or to the league to actually check. And that red card can actually be overturned, but it doesn't bring back the 1 man less that they were for that particular game. But they can actually take the necessary actions, and that red card can actually be turned to a yellow card or even a no card. For me, we can actually say that for Onana, he's actually a solid keeper. I actually wish him well in Trabzonspor, but he met a better side, which is Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce are looking to win the league, so they need to win games. They are playing against
they just got a new coach as well. They sacked Jose Mourinho of recent,
and they also they are also playing their new goalkeeper as well, which is Ederson. So Ederson actually doesn't want to concede. He actually had as Onana had the first game that he conceded. Ederson actually had a brilliant start too, having a first clean sheet.
We're talking about new goalkeepers. Donnarumma in the Manchester derby was solid. We saw him have
almost being the player of the match. If not for Haaland scored 2 goals.
Yeah, so we saw Donnarumma showing who he is. Showing the goalkeeper that won the UEFA Champions League, first clean sheet, and also he's showing that he's not just a fluke. Just like Jokeres came to the league, started scoring goals. Erling Haaland did it, started scoring goals. Now Donnarumma is doing it, getting a clean sheet in his first start.
Yeah, world class goalkeeper. I actually love him. I actually say that from PSG he was actually treated unfairly, and now coming to the Premier League, I actually think he's actually going to have his name ringing in the bells of everyone. Donnarumma.
So we're going to the Premier League table right now. Liverpool are leading the Premier League table. They are number 1 with 12 points. Arsenal number 2 with 9 points. Tottenham Hotspur are number 3 with 9 points. Bournemouth, very surprising, are number 4 with 9 points. Chelsea, the Blues, are number 5 with 8 points. Everton, very surprising. Not really surprising because Chad Grealish is there to actually bring that team forward. They are number 6 with 7 points. Sunderland, number 7 with 7 points. Manchester City Number 8 with 6 points. Crystal Palace, number 9 with 6 points. Newcastle, number 10 with 5 points. Fulham, number 11 with 5 points. Brentford, number 12 with 4 points. Brighton, number 13 with 4 points. Manchester United, number 14 with 4 points. Nottingham Forest, number 15 with 4 points. Leeds United, number 16 with 4 points. Burnley, number 17 with 3 points. And let's go to the relegated teams, relegation battle so far. West Ham, number 18 with 3 points. Um, Aston Villa, number 19 with 2 points. And Wolves, Hampton, number 20 with 0 points. What do you think about Aston Villa gunning for the league last season? Now at the bottom of the league this season. What do you think about Aston Villa?
Yeah, I think it's due to a lot of changes. They lost John Duran at the middle of last season. That's the winter transfer, him going to Al Nassr. Uh, then now leaving Al Nassr to another club. Actually, actually think that was the beginning of the downfall. And now Marcus Rashford came into the team on loan. They also told Marcus Rashford not
to. Now he's in Barcelona.
Now he's in Barcelona. Also, they also had Moreno. Moreno actually came. They said that they don't want Moreno to him to he actually still left. I actually think it's based on squad. That's why we're seeing the decline. Last season is different from this season, so we're actually seeing the decline.
Do you think Everton are just doing initial gagas, Nigerians call it, or they will definitely retain that spot in the top 10 teams?
Yeah, Everton. We know Everton has not relegated in a while.
Yes.
So we actually say that
they always escape narrowly.
So this particular season, I don't think is a fluke. I think with the integration of Jack Grealish, a player that has won the Premier League several times,
Yes.
We actually know that this is actually one player to actually look out for. He has won the player of the month once, and I actually think this is not the only one who's going to win this particular season.
So let's go to the top clean sheet, what is the highest goal scorers rather. So Erling Haaland with 5 goals, Semenyo with 3 goals, Gyökeres 3 goals, Johnson with 2 goals, and Chris Wood with 2 goals. And then in top assists, Jack Grealish with 4, Joao Pedro with 3. You know Joao Pedro is injured now.
Injured now, yeah.
Yeah, so Semenyo as well, 2 assists. Cody Gakpo with 2, and Jeremy Doku with 2. Then the clean sheets, we have Edison with 3 clean sheets, 4 matches played. Vicario with 4 matches played and 3 clean sheets. David Raya, 4 matches played with 3 clean sheets. Nick Pope, 4 matches played with 3 clean sheets. Lucas Perry, 3 matches played with 2 clean sheets.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I actually think for me, Nick Pope caught my attention. He's actually doing the same thing. He plays for England squad. He has not actually considered for the England squad as well. They played like 6 games. They
under Thomas Tuchel
720 hours plus.
Yes.
And they've not considered it under the head coach Thomas Tuchel. Actually, solid goalkeeper, 3 clean sheets in 4 games. That's actually one to actually look out for. I don't think they are beating this season, if I can remember. But for me, actually, solid. He was the only one that caught my attention. And also, number 1 in the highest goal scorer position, that's Erling Haaland. Actually, say Erling Haaland actually
is actually lowly at the top in that position because 5-3. And we know he's doing, and also Jack Grealish,
but anything
4 assists.
Yeah, Jack Grealish 4 assists coming from Manchester City, not really having assists, now coming to the Everton team and actually being the one to record all the assists. And coming to talking about Erling Haaland, his season is still early. We know Erling Haaland also always pack up the goals at the beginning of the season, and at the middle and the end of the season, we don't really see a lot of Haaland. So let's just see what is going to do this season. Yeah,
also, what do you think about the best defense of the season? That's Arsenal number 1. Tottenham as well joins number 1. Crystal Palace also number one. Then we have Chelsea and Everton number three respectively.
I think my number one is actually going to be Everton. 3 clean sheets. So I actually say my own number one is actually going to be Everton, but solid defensive teams for those particular sides. Arsenal, yeah, definitely.
One other team is Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur last season they were not really good, will I say, but this season they've
Yeah.
been spectacular.
We'll be moving on to the next.
Let's move on to the next fixture of the English Premier League. So we have Liverpool will be taking on Everton on Saturday, the 20th of September.
Merseyside derby.
Yeah, 2025. Then Burnley will be taking on Nottingham Forest. Brighton will be taking on Tottenham Hotspur. West Ham United will be taking on Crystal Palace. And Wolves will be taking on Leeds United.
That's so in those you said Wolves are going to be taking on Leeds United. I actually think Leeds United versus Wolves, those two sides, I actually think Wolves are actually going to be the solid side, although Wolves have not recorded any points
Yeah.
this season. So Leeds United, I actually love Leeds United. I love their play this season. They just came into the league, so I actually think they can actually that game should actually end in a draw if both teams like the same.
Yeah, so we'll continue. We have the game of the week: Manchester United versus Chelsea. What? Let's just talk about that game. What do you think about that game?
The way Manchester United has been playing very disappointing football. We know with that win against Chelsea, if Manchester United can pick up 3 points in that game, it actually puts Manchester United just a point behind Chelsea.
Yeah, and
So regardless of anything, so Chelsea is coming down if we win. So we can actually say that Manchester United should actually edge that game by the grace of God.
yeah, so for me, another thing I'm just looking at is if Manchester United, Garnacho is coming to face Manchester United once this season because he was sold to Chelsea. Let's just even see how that game is. It's a game for him to redeem himself
Yeah,
from the last game.
the game
So
actually
let's
favors
just
Man.
even see what Garnacho has to do for Chelsea. But for me, as a Manchester United fan, I would say glory Manchester United.
The game
Let
fa-
Manchester United win that game.
the game favors Manchester United because Chelsea have an outing for the Champions League. So we actually have a week to rest and actually train versus Chelsea.
Do you think that's a problem? Because Chelsea has two teams, two different teams that can actually play for them, both in the Champions League and in the Premier League.
Chelsea cannot field their small players for Champions League. I think they are playing Barcelona. So we can actually say that Chelsea are going to field in their big side, their most important side squad. So it's going to be the lesser side, like you mentioned, that will play against Manchester United. So, but I actually think Manchester United, this is all you can get. You against Manchester City are we're not a good side before defeating Manchester United.
But we had a news whereby they said that Manchester United wants to sign a deal. They'll be playing every Champions League day. So you can't really say that if Manchester United can actually start playing, it will definitely reduce the way the players will play during the next game.
The problem about that news that I actually saw is that Manchester United wants to be traveling to play those games. So that's the only bad thing. They should be coming to Old Trafford to play some of these games.
Yeah, so the next game, next fixture, Fulham will be taking on Brentford. Sunderland will take on Aston Villa, who are at the bottom of the table currently. Bournemouth will take on Newcastle on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, Bournemouth will take on Newcastle. The first game on Sunday rather is Sunderland and Aston Villa. Then Bournemouth will take on Newcastle by 2 p.m. Then the match of the day, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Manchester City have had their big games back to back. Manchester United, then having Arsenal. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think Manchester United was a big game against City. So let that aside. So the big game now we are talking about Manchester City versus Arsenal. I actually think Arsenal has suffered a defeat this season. Man City has suffered.
This game is going to be played at the Arsenal Stadium.
Yes. So actually, I will actually give the game to Arsenal because they have a stronger squad. Yeah, that's all I can actually say about that. No, much analysis, because if I keep dwelling on it, one of the teams has to win. It's not going to be a draw game. It's going to be a team has to win.
Yeah, a team has to win, but for me, I think Manchester City will take the away win this time.
If Manchester City takes the away win this time, we're actually going to say that we're going to actually give Liverpool the win, even at just match the 5. So that's after losing 2 games. Manchester City losing 2 games. So I actually give it to Manchester so that they can actually be very close to Liverpool.
Yes. So for me, to be honest, I would love to have put. I'll just say Manchester City will win the game.
Yes. All right. So thank you guys for watching. I think this is the most that we can actually do this particular episode. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, don't forget you can also bet on 1xBet using our promo code Sports In and Out, SPORTINAND, or you see Sports In and Out. Just go to the website. Yeah, when it reaches the time of the referral, put in Sports In and Out, SPORTINAND, or you see Sports In and Out.
This is an above 18 ad. If you are not up to 18, please don't bet.
Best responsibly. Please like, share, and subscribe.